Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's lemon chicken cooked in the Tefal Cook4Me. This is a recipe request from one of our viewers. It's very simple, very fast, very delicious. We're not using a deep fried version of the lemon chicken. I think you'll find this is really quite delicious. Now, we've just rinsed our basmati rice. You could use jasmine rice. Until the water runs clear, I find that it makes it a much fluffier rice and not so stodgy. Cover that rice with water. Now just give it a stir, make sure it's all nice and even. We're going to the ingredients function, select rice and cereals. We're going for white rice here. Just scroll down until you get to white rice. 200 grams is what we're using at the moment. I want to start the recipe. I've covered the ingredients with water and cooking time is 9 minutes. Immediate start. Right, while that's doing its thing, I've got some homemade chicken stock. I showed you how to make that in a different video. We've got a frozen piece of ginger here and we are just going to grate some of that ginger into a bowl. No need to peel it, just grate some as much or as little as you like. Grate it from frozen. Got about 10 grams there. I just use a microplane. They're just so handy to use in the kitchen for everything from zesting lemons to grating ginger and garlic to even grating chocolate and nutmegs. Now we are adding our Chinese rice wine, sesame oil. Don't be afraid of that. A lot of recipes call for a couple of drops. This stuff tastes great. Get stuck into it. Dark soy sauce. That'll provide the salt. We've got some palm sugar here. Just one little disc of it. That's about 20 grams. I need to wash the microplane in between ingredients because they're all going in together. Give that a stir around. Okay, I'm just going to slice the garlic in here now, just thinly sliced. You can grate it if you want to. You can put it on in a garlic crusher if you like. Garlic goes in with our sauces. Okay, now we're just going to slice our chicken breast and throw it in there just to marinate for the 9 minutes or so that is cooking for. So across the grain into even little, I don't know, 3 mils thick. Cut any excess fat off, you don't need to be eating that. Just keep slicing that through. Okay, our chicken's all cut up now. We're just going to drop it into our marinade. Now, if you weren't using a pressure cooker, you would be better off to marinate this for an hour or so, just to make sure all those flavours are well and truly amalgamated. But because the pressure cooker actually forces the flavour into this food, this speeds up the recipe even more. So just mix this all around until it's well combined. If you wanted to, you could freeze it at this stage and use it at a later time. Make a double batch perhaps, so you're ready for your next time. These are just lemons off our tree. I'm just going to get the zest off one lemon. Paying particular attention not to include any of the pith because that is quite bitter and it's not necessary. Just keep mixing that around. It's smelling really quite fragrant. We've got 7 minutes to go on our rice and then we're going to put it into an insulated container to keep this hot, and that way you have a truly one pot meal being prepared here in the Tefal Cook4Me. Okay, our time is up. Time to unlock our rice. Look how lovely and soft and fluffy that is. Take it out and put it into an insulated container. Keep it hot. No need to wash the container. Just make sure you scrape all the rice out. Any little grains left will actually aid to the thickening of the sauce, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, now it's saying to empty the dew collector. Done that. Back in, make sure you put that back in there. And now we're going to turn it to manual, put on the browning function, and it's preheating. We've just sliced up some spring onions to put on top of our dish to serve it. Just going to squeeze one of our lemons, and we're adding another half a lemon just before serving for that little bit of added freshness. You could even put a little bit of this in the rice if you wanted to. Collected all the seeds, give that a stir through. Okay, that's preheated now. We are sending in our chicken all at once. You can hear it start to sizzle. Give it a stir around. Now there will be a fair bit of moisture come out of that chicken. We've just got our lemon here. We're just going to slice a couple of slices straight out of the centre of it, quite thin, and they're going to be our decoration. Okay, lose any seeds. Give this a stir around. Cook that about 5 minutes until it starts to go a little bit opaque. Cook that about 4 minutes. Okay, at the end of the 4 minutes, it is ready to thicken. We're just going to remove some of our sauce here and add it to our potato starch. And it'll give it a nice, clear, glossy sauce. If you can't get potato starch, and it has been a bit difficult to get of late, you could use cornflour or arrowroot here. A little more of our lemon juice in here for the freshness I promised you. Those little lumps in there are actually the pieces of chicken that came out with it. I'm not going to strain it, there's no reason to. Add that back in there now and stir it all around. On the keep warm function, that will actually keep cooking that. Okay, so we've just put our rice out onto our plate, serve some of our chicken up. Wedge of lemon on there, spring onions for garnish, and we're actually serving it with some stir-fried bok choy, just some Asian greens. And there you have it, Cheekyricho cookings, lemon chicken cooked in the Tefal Cook4Me. I hope you enjoyed our little cooking demonstration. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho cooking channel, and don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos. Have a taste, shall we? And thank you very much for watching. So flavoursome, really tender, no added fat in that recipe, and it tastes divine. The ginger and the garlic's coming through. It's pretty special. Thanks for watching.